Yo, what's up? My name is Jamo, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this cool, colorful explosion effect in After Effects. This could be a cool effect used for music videos, so let's just hop right into this in After Effects. So I've got this clip here of Chulo, and the first thing that I went ahead and did is roto brushed out my subject. Let me go ahead and boost up the feather, take down the shift edge a bit, and then click these two little boxes, use motion blur and decontaminate edge colors, and then I'm going to go ahead and just add on some refined soft matte right here. That's just going to clean up the roto a little bit, and this is not the best roto, this is just for the sake of the tutorial. And right now basically over here I have some fireball assets I just downloaded from Action VFX, and this is not sponsored or anything, but I'll have those linked down in the description if you guys want to go cop those. And you guys could definitely just download some free fireball assets or fire assets from YouTube. I think it would look cool just as good with some fire assets. Basically, I just layered a couple on top of each other. So this is the first one right here, just like this. I went ahead and just duplicated that layer to kind of make it a little bit less transparent and more full. And then same thing with this one over here. And this is just a second asset that I kind of layered on top of the other one to make it seem like it's all part of the same asset. Again, just to make it a little bit more full. And then I'm going to copy all of this and just drag it underneath in between my roto layer and my background layer. Next, just go ahead and pre-compose all of those explosion layers together. So I'll just highlight all of them and do Control-Shift-C. Now go ahead and duplicate the fire layer and add on the find edges effect, and then go ahead and invert this, and then this is going to kind of bring up these lines here, and we can use this to turn it into a bit of a nice overlay here. So first off, I'm going to add on the curves effects. I always do this with find edges just to kind of pull some of those colors out just a little bit. As you can see there, if you blast it all the way up, it's basically just going to expose each of those individual lines in there. But you know, you don't have to do anything too crazy. Something around there will do just fine. And then you can go ahead and add on the color balance HLS effect here, and then just have this rotate through maybe once, maybe twice, or you know, maybe have it go through a half of a rotation. I think looks good. And the next thing you can do is you can make that bottom layer invisible here. And if you guys are wondering why the quality looks so bad right now, it's because I'm rendering out in quarter quality instead of full quality, so it's at about 25% quality just to help my render times so I can edit a bit faster here. Now go ahead and set the blending mode for this second layer with the find edges to add or screen, and then go ahead and make that layer invisible, the one underneath it. And if you guys don't see your blending modes right here, just go down to toggle switches and modes to bring that up, and then you can go ahead and duplicate that clip as well if you'd like. And then we can go ahead and check this out in full quality to see what we're working with here, and then we can go ahead and duplicate that layer just to kind of bring those colors out a little bit more. And then on that second layer, I'm just going to click T on my keyboard to bring up the opacity, and then bring down that a little bit, maybe to like 40 or 50%, just so it's not as harsh. And then we can go ahead and pre-comp those again, set it to add again here, and now we're starting to sort of get this effect here. But now the most important part, and we can kind of get rid of that one for now, the most important part is we want to add on a new adjustment layer, and then add on that same color balance HLS effect in here. So I can go in here and just copy that effect, or you can just add the effect like normal and recreate it, but I just went ahead and pasted that effect on there. And now we can set this as a track matte to pre-comp number 5. We can just rename this to layer 1, and then for the track matte, I'll go ahead and set that to layer 1. And as you guys can see here, that's basically going to make the background match that same color. It's almost like a film of color that's making it a little bit more realistic, even though this is obviously not a realistic effect. It's just kind of a fun way to immerse people into the effect. And you know, this can look cool just by itself. And then I'll just make this layer visible again, so now we have that nice track matte coloration going on behind the effect, and then we have the effect itself. So those layered on top of each other can look really cool. The next thing is I'm just going to layer this over again, so I'll duplicate it again, and then maybe bring down the opacity to something like 20%. So now I'm going to go ahead and add on a glow to that layer, and then bring down the threshold and then boost up the brightness a bit and then take down the glow width. And then I really want to add on some fire embers in here. Again, some more things from Action VFX. I'll just go ahead and drag in here. You guys can just get a free one from YouTube, but this is just what I'm using. So they're a little bit higher quality, and then I'm just going to scale these up to match and then set the blending mode to add again. And then I just want to kind of play with the HLS and add on some glows on here. Now what I'll do is grab the fire explosion effect again and then bring it above everything, and then I can kind of just have this retime, just drag it forward a little bit so that it's going to come in front of him at a different time right here. And then, you know, maybe you could scale this up a lot, so then it's almost kind of looking like a bit of a force field is going in front of him. And then what I did is I just duplicated that layer again and then brought it forward a bit so that it looks like the force field is almost kind of pulsing, and I think that that can look really cool. One of my favorite parts is always just creating a stylized color grid on top of everything, so I'll create an adjustment layer and add on some lumetri color. And I usually do this in like Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, because DaVinci Resolve probably has the best color grading capabilities, but obviously I can just do it quick here just to show you guys. So I'm going to boost up some of the highlights and some of the whites just so I can really get a lot of glow in there. Just kind of go overboard with the glow, and then turn up the saturation a lot to maybe like 130, which is pretty high. And then go ahead and add on some grain in here. And instead of doing the black and white grain, I'll just leave the color grain on there and just blast up the color frequency a whole bunch. And if you guys want to save time while editing, make sure to check out my website. I've spent about 2 years creating some really good editing packs and presets that will really speed up your editing time while helping you maintain those high quality results. And I do have a special promo going on, so if you guys add any bundle to your cart and any additional editing pack of your choice, you'll get that additional editing pack for completely free. And then as well, for a very limited time, I do have some free sample packs on this site, so make sure to snag those before I take them down, because I only do that like once or twice a year. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, man, have a great rest of your day. Peace.